Hi everyone, it's me, Sally, aka Sailor Tarot Magic, and we're gonna do tarot today for all signs, and this is for the full moon in Libra, which is tomorrow. So this is kind of an experimental read. It's been a really long time since I did all signs, so we will be doing it Aries to Pisces, 3 card reading plus Oracle. So let's explain how this is gonna go. This will be one continuous video. Again, for all the signs, it will be more specific, but not as many cards being pulled. And the questions will be about what specifically needs to be healed. So in the past, I'll ask, what are you ignoring from the past that needs to be brought up? And then present, what is blocking? What is the good that's being blocked in the present? And if you focus on what is blocked, how that can change your outcome. Okay, so what kind of energy is the full moon in Libra? The full moon in Libra is all about balancing energies, and it's a gentle nudge. Libra is all about being harmonious, graceful, and eloquent, even a touch romantic. So Libra wants there to be harmony, there to be balance, and things to be right with everyone. So if there's an aspect of your life that you're ignoring, now is the time to recalibrate and rebalance that. Are you ignoring your home life? Are you ignoring your responsibilities? And now is the time to balance that out. Okay, before we get into the read, I do have a few announcements. We are well into Street Fair season. So I will be kicking off in Red Bank on Sunday, April 16th. I will be there if you would like to be there in person and get a reading from me. And I will be doing Mercury retrograde readings there. And that will be my big thing that I'm offering. If you would like a personal read, you can reach out to me on Instagram. You can DM me there, or you can call or text. My number is 732-314-0777. And watch this video for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus sign. Full moon in Libra. Libra is ruled by Venus. That's where all the romance and whatnot comes in. And so I'm adding that as another placement for you to look out for. And if you would like to know specifically how the full moon in Libra will affect you, check to see where Libra falls on your birth chart. What house, what placements do you have in Libra? For me specifically, I have my Mars placement in Libra, and it's actually my least favorite because it causes me to be a little passive aggressive when it comes to what I want, and I kind of withhold saying what I feel if I think that it's going to cause conflict. And it's something that I've had to work out a lot in my life. My Mars in Libra keeps me from being assertive when I want to. And I feel like that is a conflicting energy from everything else in my chart, since I'm Pluto dominant and fire dominant in my big three. But I digress. Okay, so I think you should have a general understanding of what the full moon in Libra is bringing, and again, that's tomorrow, April 6th. And again, Libra is on the Aries axis. So Aries, is all about me first and the ego. And then that opposite energy is Libra of harmonious. Let's make everybody happy and, flowy romanticness. When I think of Libra places, I always think very charming, knows how to be persuasive without being manipulative, and can have a lot of flirty energy too. So yeah, I don't see that as a bad thing. All right. So we're going to start the readings. Okay, so we're going to start with Aries, and this is going to go through all the signs. Okay. So, what is the message for Aries for this full moon in Libra? And I have Sailor Moon Crystal Oracle. We're Sailor Mooned out. I got my Sailor Moon shirt and my Sailor Moon Tarot deck. So, we're all about that. It's really hard to shuffle this because it's really thin, but I'll do my best. There's not a lot of cards here, but I wanted to be Sailor Mooned out. Okay, so what is the message for Aries? I'll do one oracle card and then we'll get into the questions. Okay. All right, what is the message for Aries for this full moon in Libra? Give me one oracle. Okay, metamorphosis. Okay, so this is telling me this can be a transformative time for you, Aries. Again, you may not have a lot of that Libra placement, but it's going to help you balance, again, whatever you're ignoring. And I'm curious to see how it will play out in the tarot. Okay. All right. All right. So when it comes to Aries, what do they need to focus on for this full moon in Libra? And we'll start with the past. What in the past does Aries need to heal for this full moon in Libra? All right. And again, I'm kind of challenging myself with this read, so hope I can get some good stories for you. All right. So what in the past has Aries been ignoring that is blocking their current? All right. What in the past has Aries been ignoring? The moon reversed. Okay. So this tells me automatically that in the past you've been ignoring your own intuition, your own like red flags or any emotions that you're getting from people. So it may be that you're trusting more things that are outside of yourself and not so much trusting your inner guides or your intuition. So this may be causing you to go off the path that you're supposed to be on. Okay. So what specifically in their present is this causing to be blocked for Aries? King of Cups reversed. Okay. So you are very much emotionally unavailable and you're very guarded. And because of that, you're blocking any type of new relationship or any type of position where you may be vulnerable. I see this more in personal, like with relationships. It doesn't have to be romantic, but you're very much guarded. You're afraid to tell people anything about your weaknesses. You're afraid to tell anybody how you really feel. And anything that requires like a lot of emotion, you are just not about that. And this is blocking your growth. And this is what, okay, now I'm going back to the Oracle card. So this is what the metamorphosis is about, is try to embrace your emotional side more. And I can see that being a challenge for Aries, being that your range of emotions may be like here, maybe it's just about things that are regarding yourself or very like self-centered or very like egocentric. But if it's anything about vulnerability or how others make you feel, you're very much guarded. Okay. So, how will Aries' outcome change if they do focus on healing this wound? Hermit reversed. Okay. So this is telling me if you're able to pinpoint why you're so vulnerable, why you don't want to be vulnerable, where this started, because I see it as super inflated ego to hide your fragile heart. That's what I'm seeing here. And the Hermit reverse is saying if you are able to peel back some of these layers, people will be able to see your authentic self. Because I feel like this is causing a lot of conflict because you're not expressing your true emotions. You're not expressing, whether you need to be held accountable for something. And it's very much based off of someone who hurt you. And this is just your new whatever. So metamorphosis is saying to dig deep within those emotions and find what that core wound is, because it's replaying with all the people around you, and find out like what is the role I play. And again, the reason why I'm doing it like this is kind of a preview on how I do my moon rituals with clients. So we're combining the moon ritual with tarot to move forward, to change these habits. Okay. So that is the message for Aries for the full moon in Libra, and we're going to move on to Taurus. Taurus is next. And then when I'm done with this, I'll timestamp so you can get all the signs. Okay. This oracle deck is hard to shuffle. All right, and I got my little zodiac wheel to remind you of the signs. Okay. All right, so what is the message for Taurus for this full moon in Libra? What do they need to know? What do they need to heal? Since that's what we're talking about, right? All right, what does Taurus need to heal for this full moon in Libra? Okay, strength. Okay, so this is telling me, Taurus, you may be holding back on your own shine. So you might be letting other people take credit. You might be letting people slide. You may have a lack of boundaries. And this is causing you to be not the main character in your own life. So you're kind of, you're almost like a bystander in your own life, because you're not taking charge, you're not stepping into the spotlight, and you kind of need to be, because there are certain things that are meant for you, and this could be what's blocking. Okay, so we'll take that message into the tarot read. All right, so we'll start with the past. All right, what does Taurus need to heal from their past for this full moon in Libra? 8 of Cups. Okay. So this is telling me you need to heal from a past relationship or a past phase in your life. So this is telling me that you left a specific situation and you didn't fully deal with it. And this is either because maybe you were feeling like out of sight, out of mind, but there's something there still affecting you. Whether it be not getting closure, whether it be, having regrets of not saying what you needed to say, but there's a lot of like open-endedness, and you may not have the other parties involved to get the closure that you want, but you can get the closure that you need by having that conversation with yourself, is what I want to say. Okay, so what in the present is blocked for Taurus because of this past wound? The Sun reversed. All right, this is a clear story to me. Okay, so I feel like Taurus, for you, you're kind of pretending like everything is fine, pretending like you're happy when you're not. And I feel like this is very fixable, because it's almost like your past is ruining your present and future, because part of you is not present in the present. Part of you is not present in the present. So in order to fix this, you kind of have to put yourself back into that situation. And I know that sounds counterproductive, but it's like, kind of replay that in your head, whether it's through journaling or meditating, and put yourself back in that situation, and knowing what you know now, what would you have said in that situation? What would you have said to that person that you are no longer with? And play it out in your head, see it play out, journal it out, and then let it go, because that is what is going to help you move forward. And again, I see this directly related to a past relationship or a past situation. All right, so if Taurus deals with this past wound, how will their outcome change? Okay, so you got Ace of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so this is telling me that somehow this is going to help your career. And I feel like, because this is a distraction, so your energy is being pulled into a past situation. So it's almost like, I don't see 8 of Swords here, but this is giving me 8 of Swords energy, where you're limited and you're bound by this past situation, that once you release this, you'll have the energy to build more and expand more and manifest specifically for your career. And again, I feel like this relationship may be related to either, somebody that you worked with or somebody that you collaborated with. So they're very much intertwined. And it's the process of detangling that and releasing yourself from that. And you have the strength to do it. All right, so that is a message for you, Taurus, and that is for the full moon in Libra. Okay, so we're going to move right along. Gemini is next. Okay, so tell me how you like these. Do you like the healing 3-card all signs? They're a little bit quicker, but I feel like they're more specific. Okay, so next up is Gemini. Okay, so give me one oracle card for Gemini. What do they need to focus on for this full moon in Libra? And this is for Gemini. Confidant. Okay. So Gemini, this is telling me that you may be feeling like you don't have a lot of people you can trust right now. So you may be feeling like you're keeping everything to yourself. You don't have a lot of people that you can trust. And this is causing a lot of pent up emotions, a lot of confusion. I feel like Geminis thrive on talking things out with others and having like deep conversations, that this being a lack in your life is causing problems in other aspects of your life, is what I'm getting. So it's not, I'm getting that it's not really a good time for you. You may be going through a transitionary period. You may be, dealing with falling outs, is what I'm getting with this. Okay. So for the Geminis out there, what do they need to focus on this full moon in Libra? What is their past wound that they have not healed? What is Gemini's past wounds that they have not healed? Oh, we're getting a theme here. You got the exact same, and I shuffled. You got the exact same card as Taurus. So again, relationship. So 8 of Cups reversed. This is telling me that you need to heal a relationship that you did not get closure from, and you may be feeling very bitter about this too. So same thing. You didn't get to say what you needed to say. And again, this may not be a romantic relationship. This could be platonic or with a family member. I'm getting, different scenarios here, but still like the same situation, just it might be a different person. So you left things, and again, no closure. No, you didn't get to say what you needed to say. The other person didn't get to say what they needed to say. And it's just kind of open-ended, feeling like unfinished business. And as a result, you haven't been able to replace the people that you lost, is what I'm getting. So that might be why you're feeling isolated in this moment. All right, what is the present that's currently being blocked by the past wound? Ooh, this is a theme. This is a theme. 4 of Pentacles. Okay, so I'm getting very much that what the falling out is for the Gemini was like one of your best friends, closest friends, sibling, and now you're the 4 of Complex Pentacles, where you're just like, you don't tell nobody nothing. You feel like somebody's going to use it against you, and you have nobody to vent to. So it's like you're literally on an island, and you can only be that way for so long. So my advice to you with this situation is, I feel like you could possibly approach this person and be like, hey, send a message, call the person. I feel like this isn't exactly a burned bridge. It was more like a miscommunication that if you really feel like you wanted to salvage it, at least try to get your answer, because it's very much affecting your present life, whether you want to admit it or not. And even if that person rejects you, you have your answer, and then you can move on and be like, all right, well, I tried, there's nothing else I can do, and it is what it is. Yeah, I see this very similar to the Taurus story. Okay, so if Gemini heals this past wound, how will their outcome change? Six of Pentacles. All right. So this tells me, you Gemini, you may not like to be that vulnerable person either, and that may be the reason why you're not approaching this. I mean, you can also take the message that I mentioned in the Taurus, where journal it out, play it out in your head. If you were in front of this person, what would you say now, knowing what you know? Because this is telling me that in the future, this will change how you approach relationships in the beginning. And this will change. You will be more of a reciprocated, more communicative, and more mutually beneficial relationships where there will be balanced. I feel like in the past, the relationships were very one-sided based on lack of a communication. And it was almost like there was too much sugarcoating going on, is what I'm getting, where people weren't really expressing how they really felt because they didn't want to hurt people's feelings. But as a result, resentment can grow from that. So it's like there may be moments where you do need to be cruel to be kind, or give a reality check as far as balance, permits. So yeah, so Six of Compacts slash Pentacles is saying, once you fix this past wound and break that pattern slash cycle, you'll have more balanced relationships, both platonic, romantic, and family. Definitely a theme going on here. All right. So that is the message for you, Gemini, and you can take that for the full moon in Libra. All right. So now we're off to Cancer. All right. I wonder how long this video is going to be. Okay. So, what is the message? Oh! What is the message for the Cancer folks? What do they need to know for this upcoming full moon in Libra? Give me one oracle card. Oh, Cancer, you also got metamorphosis. I think that was Aries that also got that. Okay. So, Cancer, this is telling me you will be challenged this full moon in Libra. And something is telling me that you may not like this harmonious energy. It may be too, I don't know. I feel like it may be too conflicting with whatever you're trying to do and bring. So you may be irritated by this full moon in Libra. And you know what? That makes sense. Not everybody is going to feel it the same way, be affected the same way. Okay, so we'll take that message with us into the tarot reading. Okay, what in the past is Cancer wounded by that they have not fully resolved? All right. What in the past has Cancer been wounded by that's not fully resolved? All right. Give me one card. Four of Wands reversed. Oh, this is a theme. This is a theme. We have a collective theme going on. Okay. So I think this is a very specific story for Cancer. So what is not healed in the past is a romantic relationship. And I want to say this could be a divorce. This could be baby daddy, baby mama drama. And you're not healed from that, and this is a long-term ongoing wound. And I also want to say, if you've never been married or had kids, then this is your parents being divorced having a wound on you and making you feel like you can't have a loving relationship because you didn't have that example. Ooh, we going back now for Cancer. Cancer has a parental wound and or repeating that cycle. So the metamorphosis is really intense, for this one. This is talking about like inner child and mommy or daddy issues here. Okay, let's unpack this. All right. So what in the present is currently being blocked for Cancer based on the past wound? Strength. Okay. And this is the Leo card. So this is telling me, and again, I want to, I know I initially said about the divorce, but I want to say this is a parental wound, because strength is saying that you never built that core confidence for yourself because you never really had a support system growing up. So this is telling me because of that, you have no sense of self. You don't know who you are. You don't know what you stand for. You don't know, and you're kind of just going with the flow as it goes. This is very intense. You're probably like, oh my gosh, this is what I talk to my therapist about. I'm very much feeling that childhood, like you created this persona to survive, but it's not necessarily who you are. I feel like this is a very big Cancer theme where it's like you have this, strong shield, strong armor, so people cannot get to you because you were taught not to trust anyone because everybody in your life that you were supposed to count on let you down. That's what I'm getting with this. Whew, this is heavy. All right. So if Cancer deals with a past wound, how will their outcome change? Two of Wands. Okay. All right. So like I said, this is a deep wound and isn't something that you can change overnight. But if you were to work on this will change your entire outlook. Like you won't look at anything the same way again. You'll be able to see from a lens of thriving and not surviving, and really do things out of joy and pleasure and not just because I have to or because this is what needs to be done, because you're very much like this, where you're like, it's just me. I'm the only one I can count on. I can't trust nobody. It's like you're living like thug life where you just can't trust anyone and you're just ready to, pop off on people. And I feel like that's not who you are. And you do want to show your compassionate self. So it's about trying to get in touch with your own inner child and give yourself what you never got. And that's your goal, and to focus on that for this full moon in Libra. Whoo, that's intense. It made me warm. All right, so that is the message for Cancer, and you can take that with you for the full moon in Libra. And we are moving along to Leo. And remember, reminder, watch for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus placement. So you don't have to just watch. So, check your placements. You can watch for all, so you don't have to just watch the one sign. I know when I watch other tarot readers, I watch for my Sag, Leo, and Scorpio, because that's my sun, moon, rising, and Venus. So then you can get more messages and you can kind of blend them together. Okay, so this for the Leos. All right, what is the message for Leo? What do they need to know for this upcoming full moon in Libra? All right. Oh, snap. Regret. Okay. And again, I'm getting a similar repeating message. So we have two repeating themes here. And the one that's playing for Leos right now is you bit your tongue and you didn't say what you needed to say in that moment, because sometimes once that moment passes, you won't get it again. So if you feel like you need to say something, say it, because if not, you're going to sit there and be like, shoulda, coulda, woulda. And this is the feeling that you're sitting with right now. Again, this could be personal or professional. I'm getting both with this. Okay, so we'll take that message into the tarot read. Okay, so this is for Leos, for the full moon in Libra. What is their past wound that they have not healed? What is Leo's past wound that they have not healed? Woo! Justice reversed. Okay, so Leos, you may feel in the past that you were cheated or wronged. So this is telling me that you had somebody screw you over, or somebody made you feel inadequate. So you felt the way you were mistreated, and this could be associated with the regret. So you were mistreated. Again, this could be a personal or professional relationship, and you got the shitty end of the stick. You may have been lied to, you may have been deceived, and you didn't say what you needed to say. Like, look, like, this isn't okay. You did this to me. Like, you weren't able to be your own advocate, again, because that opportunity passed you, and now you're like, now what? Now I feel like a doormat, and I can't even say what I need to say. I can't say my side of the story, where you're feeling like silenced, is what I'm getting. There's always an opportunity to get that off your chest, whether you feel like you can't or not. I feel like you feeling like you can't is in your head, very much so. Okay, so what is the present that's being blocked by this past wound for Leo? Strength again. Okay, so this is telling me, and again, this is major Leo themes here. So what is being blocked for you is your voice, is your inner courage. It's being blocked because you want to be the nice person, or you want to make sure everybody's happy, or you want to be the people pleaser, which is causing you to sacrifice yourself. The quote that's coming to mind is, I will not light myself on fire to keep you warm. And I feel like that is what you're doing. And as a result, you are becoming a martyr. And until you speak up and advocate for yourself, you're going to keep feeling regret. So again, the limitations are in your head, where you feel like you can't say or express, because your rights and your feelings are just as valid as everyone else's. Okay, so if Leo fixes this wound, how will their outcome change? Judgment. Oh, so before I get into that, I just want to say you got all major arcana cards. So this is telling me you're going through a major transformative stage, that this is going to help you level up if you learn the lesson. So Judgment is saying, if you have the strength to say what you need to say, is it going to be comfortable? No. Is it going to be scary? Yes. But this is going to help you get the outcome that you want, where people will recognize, maybe you may even get an apology. You may even get, you know what, this wasn't right. Hold other people accountable, because no one else is going to do that for you. And Judgment says, if you open your mouth, things will fall into your favor. Things will work out for you. But if nobody knows how you feel, nothing is going to change. So I'm getting major karmic energy and balance with that. So that makes a lot of sense for the full moon in Libra. Okay, so that is the message for you, Leo, and you can take that with you for the next moon cycle. Okay, moving right along. Virgo is next. Okay, what is the message for Virgo? What do they need to know for this full moon in Libra? Knowledge. Okay, so this is telling me it is important to get all sides of the story before making a decision, Virgo, if this is what you're dealing with. And also, it's important to pay attention to your own intuition based on whatever you're dealing with. Okay, so we'll take that message with us into the tarot read. Okay, so focus on Virgos. What is Virgo's past wounds that they have not healed that need some attention for this full moon in Libra? We're doing a lot of signs today. Okay, I'm going to shuffle it a little bit more. Okay, what is the past wound that Virgo has not healed? The High Priestess. Okay. All right, so now we got 3 recurring stories. Okay. High Priestess is telling me that something in the past led you to doubt yourself. So it may be a mistake that you made. Ooh, I got a comment. Kevin McGarvey says, thanks for the Leo reading. You're welcome. Okay, so High Priestess is saying you did not listen to your intuition and now you never want to listen to it again, or you felt like it steered you in the wrong direction. But I feel like that wasn't your intuition. It was like a mixture and you felt like you made a mistake and now you're just writing it off. And I want to say is you can go back to it, and it's just about, you might have to replay it in your head. You might have to focus on different details. So what I want to say for you, Virgos, is pay attention to any signs you may get from the universe, whether it be repeating numbers, whether it be different animals that show up, and look up what they mean, look up the angel numbers, because you might have guides trying to send you messages, so you can help understand like why is it blocked. Because I feel like you're blocking yourself, you're blocking your own messages and messages from your guides, and you may be feeling like you're leaning more towards the logical side and not the intuitive side, but there is part of you that just knows certain things. Because if you block your intuition for a long time, it'll stop giving you the signals. So you have to address and say, I would like to receive, and be open to receiving in order to see it, if that makes sense. I hope it makes sense. Okay. So what in the present is Virgo blocking based on this past wound? 8 of Wands. Okay, so this is telling me you're blocking your true path and you're blocking specific blessings. So you could be blocking your own opportunities. You could be blocking your own wishes and not even realize it. So you're standing in your own way by not listening to your inner core. So however you get those signals, whether, and I was talking about this earlier with a friend, however you get your signals, whether it's ear ringing, your stomach, your whatever, pay attention to that, and slowly but surely, like, it's like a key where it's like, this means that, like it's almost like you have to scramble the puzzle. It's like, 1 means A, 2 means B, and that once you figure that out, you'll be able to put the pieces back together. Again, it's a slow process, but this is part of the knowledge and getting to know yourself again. So you may have been in a really high stress situation. You may have been in a toxic relationship, which caused you to doubt yourself. So this could have been an external force, and slowly but surely you're getting to know yourself and what you want again. So this is a longer healing process, but it is possible. Okay, so if Virgo heals this past wound, how will their outcome change? Ace of Wands, Ace of Wands, BDE. Okay, so this is telling me that if you're able to listen to yourself again, you're going to attract what you want. And again, this could be, a healthy romantic partner. This could be, more business opportunities. You're going to attract all of that because you're going to fulfill yourself internally. What I like to say about people when they heal themselves internally, they naturally attract with this glow, with this aura, where when you do the work it reflects. Like, it's almost like you got a haircut and you got a makeover, but you didn't change anything about your outward appearance, but people are like, they want to be around you. They're like, what are you doing? And they just want to be there because you cleaned out all the excess baggage, and it makes people want to be around you. And again, this can attract healthy romantic partners and bigger and better business opportunities for your career. So I'm very much feeling for you, Virgo. This is an internal battle. There may have been others involved, but it's about trusting yourself again. And you have the knowledge to accomplish that. Okay, so that is the message for you, Virgo, and you can take that with you for this full moon in Libra. And now we are on to Libra. Libra, this is your full moon. I should say that for moon sign people too, Libra moons. Okay. All right. So Libra, you're up. Okay. So what is the message for Libra for the full moon in Libra? The Balancer, folks. The Justice, folks. The Charming and Flirty, folks. Let me stop. Okay. Give me one oracle card for the Libras. Monastery. Okay. You must be feeling lovey-dovey, Libras. Okay. So I'm getting relationship energy with this. So if you're dating or with somebody, I see you going to the next level, whether this means going exclusive or living together or getting engaged. I see you becoming closer with your partner. And for the single folks, I feel like this is helping you become more open to more possibilities, being more social, being more confident in yourself when it comes to your dating life. So let's see what the tarot says. Okay. So this is for the Libras, for the full moon in Libra. What is the past wound that Libra should address for this full moon in Libra? What is the past wound for Libras? The past one for Libras is Seven of Cups. Okay. And very much getting love energy with this. So this is telling me in the past you were very indecisive, especially when it came to romantic partners. So this is telling me that you like to play the field, and you may have dabbled and dated and talked to multiple people at once, and maybe you let the right one get away is what I'm getting. So you let the right one get away, and you felt like, oh, damn, like that was a missed opportunity. And you may be trying to find that person again who checks those boxes. Okay, this is very specific when it comes to Libra, so not everybody's going to resonate with this message, but very much I'm getting that single energy. And again, wanting to settle down and feeling like you missed your opportunity, is what I'm getting. Okay, so what in the present is being blocked based on this wound for Libras? Okay, Ace of Complex reversed. Okay. Okay, so this is telling me that again, another recurring theme, that this is a distraction for you at work. So you're thinking about your relationship when you're at work, and it's keeping you from completing your duties and being fully present in your career and your job, because your love life is not balanced. So either you may be with a partner that you feel like you settled for, or you feel like who you want is not available to you. So it's always like the person that wants you, you don't want them. And the person that you want doesn't want you. So there's this always like, unbalanced energy in your love life. Okay. Um, I feel like the way to solve this particular problem for Libra is being open about who your type is or who you're willing to date, and letting them surprise you. So not having all these preconceived notions of people, and letting them show you who they are, and then you make a decision from that. Because I feel like in the past you may have jumped to conclusions, and that's why you let that person slip away, because you underestimated the effect they were going to have on you. So in order to not let that happen again, give people a chance, get to know them, and know them who they really are, because I feel like you may have prejudged them based on outwardly appearances, not realizing they could make you feel some type of way, and it just takes a minute. Yes, that is what I'm getting. Okay. So if Libra heals this wound, how will this change their outcome? Three of Wands. Okay, so this tells me if you're able to be more open about, who you get to know and who you're gonna date, you'll be able to build something substantial with somebody else and have a long-term relationship, and it can be even better than who you thought you missed in the past, because if that opportunity was missed, it really wasn't meant for you, and you may just be overly attached and hung up more on the idea of being someone more than that person themselves, because I feel like you can find those qualities in somebody else. Libra with the love story. I knew there was going to be one at least. Okay, so that is the message for you, Libra, and you can take that with you, this full moon in Libra. Okay, so Scorpio is next. And again, watch your sun, moon, rising, and Venus for these full moon in Libra reads, so you can get some bonus messages. Find out your placements if you don't know them. Do your birth chart. The directions are in this the description of the video. Okay. All right. What is the message for Scorpio? What do they need to focus on for this full moon in Libra? Temperance. All right, well, that's appropriate. Okay, so Temperance is Sagittarius card, but Temperance is about balance. So this is a balance between the spiritual and the physical world. So this is telling me, Scorpio, if you have a good combination of logic and intuition, you will be golden. So I feel like Scorpios typically tend to be more focused on their intuition than outwardly, but both can be harmonious in decision making for yourself. Okay, so we'll take that message with us into the tarot read. Okay, so what is the message for Scorpio? What is their past wound that needs to be healed? Oh, and if you would like some bonus, you can also cross watch. If you have a person in your life, you can watch their sign to see what their wounds are, because we know a lot of people don't like talking about that. All right. What is Scorpio's past wound that needs to be healed? The Hermit. Okay. So this is telling me, Scorpio, your past wound is I'm going to try to phrase this as nicely as I can. I feel like your wound is not something that actually happened, but more like your paranoia of you don't want anyone to know the real you. And I feel like that is the Scorpio stereotype, but that's what I'm getting. The Hermit is saying you don't want anybody to know your vulnerabilities. You don't want anybody to know anything personal about you, to protect yourself. And this is part of the message from the Oracle, where it's like you gotta give a little. You gotta show a little bit of vulnerability. Okay, so what in the present is being blocked by the past wound? Okay, so 5 of compacts reversed. Okay, again, this is somehow blocking financial blessings in your career. And I want to say also any type of romantic relationship from moving to the next level. So if you want to move in with your partner, get engaged, there are certain things that you're keeping close to you that you don't even want to share with a partner, which is keeping you emotionally unavailable. So I don't know if it's because you have something on the back burner, or you have abandonment issues. And again, that could be based on, something that actually happened, which caused you to be a hermit. But I feel like your core wound has been something that you have done even before. It's almost like you manifested, like, oh, I knew they were going to leave me. And because you had one foot out the door the whole time. But again, this could be with platonic and personal romantic relationships. Okay, so if Scorpio heals their past wound, how will their outcome change? 6 of Wands reversed. Okay, so this is telling me that the person you're with right now may not be the one for you, but is a stepping stone for you to get where you need to get in order to be fully healed. So I know people don't like hearing that, but even if the relationship ends, it doesn't mean that it failed. It just means that it played its course and both of you got what you needed, and then you go on your merry way. You don't want to force something if past its expiration date, because that's when things become a disaster. But this is telling me later on in the future, you will meet that right person as long as you are able to express yourself and show vulnerability in a balanced way. Oh, so that was another love story. Okay, so that is the message for you, Scorpio, and you can take that with you for the full moon in Libra. Okay, so feedback is important for this new thing. Do you like the moon ritual / healing questions? Let me know, and watch your sun, moon, and rising. And do you like the all sign stuff too? Because then we'll do more all sign with the 3 card. I'm all about switching it up if that's what y'all like. Okay, so next is my favorite, Sagittarius. Whoop, whoop. Okay. Yes, I have a favorite because that's my sun sign. Scorpios are cool too, though. All right. All right. What is the message for Sagittarius? What do they need to focus on for this full moon in Libra? Give me one oracle card. And we all in the Sailor Moon business. Shut the fuck up. All right, I got Temperance again. Sagittarius card. You heard me shuffle. Okay, so you know what this is telling me? And don't tell me I'm biased. Don't tell me I'm biased. Sagittarius, you are aligned. You are aligned with your sun energy. with Temperance, which is telling me you have a good balance. No, I'm not gassing myself up. No, I'm not gassing myself up. You have a good balance between physical and intuitive energies. And you use it to make decisions well. Master manifester. Okay. All right. Everybody has a core wound that they haven't healed though. All right, so we're going to find that out right now. Am I going to blow up my own spot? Probably, but what else is new? All right, let's try to be impartial here now. Okay. For the Sagittarius in the room, what is their past wounds that they have not healed? For the Sagittarius, what is their past wounds that they have not healed? All right. Nine of Swords reversed. Okay. So this is telling me for Sagittarius, you're in the process of trying to heal your anxiety. And this can be in the form of social anxiety. This could be in the form of general anxiety and very much doubting yourself, doubting your abilities, and a general paranoia. It's similar to the Scorpio story and the Scorpio wounds, but it's on a grander scale. So Sagittarius, you may have felt like everyone was out to get you. Everyone is talking about you. Everyone is hating on you. And this is causing general paranoia. Oh, pretty on brand. Okay. All right. So I feel like with Temperance, the Oracle card is saying some of it may be true, some of it may be in your head, and that's okay. And that's what you're trying to learn in this process. Okay, so what in the present is being blocked because of this past wound? Two of Cups reversed. Okay, so again, relationships. So you're afraid of getting close to somebody else because you don't want them to see you in this paranoid state. You don't want them to see you like all shaken up and not have your shit together. That is your worst fear of somebody judging you for your vulnerabilities, for your anxiety. And I want to say is we all have our form of imperfectness, and it's okay to show someone else that. And again, Two of Cups doesn't need to represent a romantic relationship. It could be a friendship, it could be a business partnership, a sibling. And you feel like you need to show your best self all the time. And it's kind of like that, because we all have a similar wound, and it's just about how it plays out and how to fix it. So again, I feel like the Temperance energy, your aligned energy, is going to play a big part in letting go, not giving a fuck, and just going about. And the people who are meant to be in your life will show you, and they'll show up for you. Okay, so if Sagittarius heals this wound, how will their outcome change? Six of Cups reversed. Okay, so this is telling me your outcome will change by realizing not everything that you thought in your head was true. So if you look back at certain situations where like someone gave you a dirty look, you were like, oh, they're hating on me. Or no, they could be having a bad day. Like not everything is about you and how they feel about you, where you felt like it causes hypervigilance where it's like that person wants to fight me or that person's talking shit about me when they don't even see you and they have their own business on their mind. So this is going to show you, oh, like when I thought this, it was actually that happening. It wasn't even about me. So it's going to cause you to go back and realize there are certain conflicts that you created in your minds that weren't even there. Okay. There's not really much else for me to say about that one. Okay, so that is the message for you, Sagittarius, and you can take that with you into the full moon in Libra. So more DGAF. Oh, wow, we just hit the hour mark. Oh, so, all right, we got 3 signs left. All right, Capricorn is next. Okay, so what is the message for Capricorn? Give me one oracle card. I'm trying to shuffle this good. Ah! Okay, watch for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus sign. I'm gonna keep saying that to drill it in y'all head, because I know I feel like my people only watch for their sun sign, with the exception of a very few. Remember, you got other placements. Okay, so what is the oracle card for Capricorn? Turmoil! Capricorn, what's going on? Turmoil. Okay, so your struggle is not internal, it's external, and it's in your face, and it's astronomical. Okay, so it may have started as internal, and then it just ballooned and snowballed into this huge thing that's unavoidable, and you're like that little dog sitting at the desk where everything's on fire, and you're like, this is fine. And I feel like you're used to being in panic mode, is what I'm getting with this. Whew. Capricorn, what's going on? Turmoil. Oh boy. All right. So we'll take that message with us into the tarot read. Capricorn, what past wounds do they need to heal? Let's get to the bottom of this. That's what we're doing here. What is Capricorn's wound from the past that needs to be healed? Page of Swords reversed. Okay, so the question I want to ask here is, who hurt you? So the past wounds for Capricorn is a bully, somebody who made you feel like shit, somebody who talked down to you, insulted you, and anything that you were insecure about brought it to the surface. So this could have been a sibling, a parent, somebody who was supposed to build you up, but they broke you down, and you never fully got over that. And I see this very similar to the Cancer message. And again, that's your axis. So if you have Cancer placements, watch the Cancer message too. Yeah, so somebody that you were supposed to trust let you down over and over and over again. And this caused the conditioning in you to not trust anyone and for you not to be vulnerable. And you have to rely on yourself, to be very, very self-reliant. And because this kind of thing is expected, it was almost like it helped you manifest this turmoil. Another intense message. Okay. What in the present is being blocked for Capricorn based on this past wound? Queen of Cups is right there in the face. Exactly what I just said. Your vulnerability, because you're not able to show your compassionate side. And that's what you're missing out on. You're missing out on showing your sensitivity, showing your joy, showing your feminine side. And you're not able to show. You can be compassionate, you can be generous, but you don't feel safe showing that. You feel safe only showing the rigid side, showing I get very much like you laugh off your trauma, or you're very sarcastic, and you brush things off. Like even when you're hurt, you like laugh it off because that's your way of dealing with it. And Queen of Cups is telling me you very much um are lacking being able to show your emotional side to anyone, like not even, your close loved ones. And this is very much, it's like you're thirsty for that. You're thirsty to have a safe haven with someone. Again, that isolating island energy again. Okay. So if Capricorn heals their past wound, how will their outcome change? Well, that's refreshing. Okay, so now you got Page of Cups reversed. Okay, so this is telling me if you heal your past wound, you'll be able to show your innocent self, your childlike self, because you may not believe it, but part of you still has that child innocent energy within you. And when you release that, you'll be able to feel lighter and freer and safe. And you'll be safe within yourself, and there'll be others that will bring that safeness out in you, or will make you feel safe, and you can have that, and that is possible, and this will help with the turmoil. All right, well, at least there is a light at the end of the tunnel for Capricorn. And it's just about knowing that you don't have to repeat that same wounds, that same pattern. You don't have to attract people like this. You don't have to attract bullies and criticizing people and people that just want to tear you down. And those people only do it because they hate themselves. So don't internalize that criticism and those insults, is what I want to say. All right. So that is the message for you, Capricorn. And you can take that with you in the full moon in Libra. Okay. 2 signs left. Aquarius is next. Okay. Nevermore says, thanks for that cat reading. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay. So, what is the message for Aquarius? Give me one oracle card. What is the message for Aquarius for this full moon in Libra? Trust. Okay. So trust is telling me that Aquarius, you very much trust yourself and your instincts. You're good with that. I think it's more about other people. You may have difficulty trusting others that they will follow through, trusting others that they have your best interest in mind, and trusting that things will work out for you. So there may be little things that you're unsure about when it comes to the future, and seeing if certain people will last into the future out of those around you. Okay, so we'll take that message with us into the tarot read. So for Aquarius, what is their past wounds that they have not healed? For Aquarius, what is their past wounds that they have not healed? 4 of Cups. This is interesting. All right, I need a minute to decipher this. So 4 of Cups is your past wound. Okay, so I feel like your past wound is disappointment. And again, this is directly related with this. Your past wound is disappointment in others. So it's other people letting you down, other people falling short. You are a highly confident person, Aquarius, and rightfully so, but because of that you have high standards that people don't meet, and because of that you lost faith in people. And I feel like part of this is understandable, but the other part of it is knowing that not everybody has the same abilities as you. And I don't want to say that you're like self-centered. No, you have the right idea, and you are in a class of your own, but you got to give people some slack that not everyone is a genius like you. No, I'm kidding. But not everybody is at your level, so there needs to be more patience involved when it comes to others. And they can surprise you if you give them a chance. So I feel like this isn't a terrible one to deal with. So I feel like this is very much fixable. And it's just about aligning with the right people, attracting the right team, getting with the right team. And I see this a lot as this is more about platonic and professional relationships for sure. Okay, so what is the past that's currently being blocked? What is the present that's being blocked based on the past wounds? Seven of Swords reversed. Okay, so this is telling me you're manifesting a little bit of drama by assuming the worst out of people. So because you're expecting people to do shitty things, they end up doing shitty things. So I don't know if other people are picking up on your smugness, or other people are picking up on your aloofness, where they're like, well, the Aquarius thinks I'm an asshole, so I might as well treat them like an asshole. I feel like there's a little bit of that, and there's also a little bit of jealousy and competition involved when it comes to this. There may be a lot of people going after what you want, and they see you winning, and they may not feel like you deserve what you have. Yeah, there's a lot of competitive energy here, a lot of jealous and hater energy here. Yeah. Okay. So if Aquarius heals this past wound, how will their outcome change? The moon reversed. Okay. So not everyone will be as shitty to you as you expect. And try to have an open mind and a clean slate when it comes to the new people. If there have been people that have screwed you over before, I'm not saying you have to forgive them. No, that's not what I'm saying. But those people, release the baggage is what I want to say. And once you release the baggage of whatever past of people who let you down, have a clean slate, start at, you know, level zero with new people, and they will surprise you, and they will show you that you can meet your match. And when I say match, I mean like intellectual intelligence level on your wavelengths, Aquarius, which will lead you to trust others again. Okay, so that is the message for you, Aquarius, and you can take that with you for the full moon in Libra. So last but not least, we will be doing Pisces, and that will finish the full moon in Libra readings. And again, watch for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus. I will put timestamps. I think I'll probably do that tomorrow. I'll put timestamps tomorrow. Oh, we're at 1 hour and 13. Okay. I'll put timestamps tomorrow. I ain't doing that tonight. All right. So, what is the message for Pisces? What do they need to know for this full moon in Libra? Give me one oracle card. What is the theme for Pisces? Ooh. Enemy. Pisces, you have a nemesis. Pisces, you are currently in battle or in some drama with an enemy. And this could be a known enemy, or this could be a hidden enemy. So when I say known or hidden, that's exactly what I mean. So you may know about this person, or this could be somebody that you think is a friend and is stabbing you in the back. Not good, but this is what I'm getting. I gotta be real. Okay. Let's shuffle to figure out what wound is causing this. All right. So this is for Pisces. What is Pisces' past wounds that they have not healed? What is Pisces' past wounds that they have not healed? Temperance reversed. Okay. Okay. So temperance talks about balance, and I feel like this is about relationships. So this is telling me your wound is lack of boundaries. Your wound is people pleasing and making yourself a martyr, which makes you a target to bullies, to those who want to feed off your energy, is what I'm getting. So they're taking advantage of your kindness and your generosity because you are very forgiving. And not everybody deserves that loving energy that you give, Pisces, and that empathetic nature you have. So your wound is about strengthening boundaries and making sure that people don't take advantage of you. And I know that's easier said than done, but we're gonna see what your motivation will be, because what in the past, or what is the past wound blocking in the present? We've been saying a lot of words, so bear with me. All right, what in the present is blocked by the past wound? Knight of Cups reversed. Okay, so what is blocked for you, Pisces, is a balanced relationship, is somebody willing to meet you and match your empathetic energy. That is what's being blocked, because your lack of boundaries is attracting narcissistic partners and people who just want to take. And because once you have those boundaries, that's going to attract a healthy reciprocating energy, and again, on the romantic level. Because right now, you got the frenemies, you got the toxic romantic connections, and very unhealthy because they're hidden enemies. So I'm leaning towards that now based on these cards. They're mostly hidden enemies that are, you're sharing the bedroom with the enemy. What is that? What is that movie? Sleeping with the enemy. That's what's happening right now. Pisces. Okay. All right. So, if Pisces heals their past wound, how will their outcome change? 5 of Cups reversed. Healing. So, healing in general. So, this is telling me if you're able to establish boundaries, cut those people off who are draining your energy, who are taking advantage of you, you will heal yourself, you will heal your relationships, and you will attract the partner that you deserve, somebody who is going to match your energy. Because Knight of Cups reversed is saying that you really want that person to show up for you and initiate and confess their love, because you're ready to do that. You're just doing it with the wrong people. But healing is going to help you heal. But it starts with standing up for yourself, applying firm boundaries, and cutting those people off that aren't good for you. So that is the message for you, Pisces, and you can take that with you to the full moon in Libra. So that concludes the full moon in Libra messages. So this is a quick preview of how I like to combine somebody's healing story, moon ritual, in a one-on-one. And of course, I go more in depth with people. Like this is just based on the sign and what I get from my intuition. But when I'm with a person, I can channel and hone in on that personal, one-on-one energy and story. But yeah, so let me know if you like these. We'll do more of them. And 1 hour and 19. I'll do the timestamps tomorrow. But I hope you like this. If it didn't resonate with you, it could be I wasn't picking up on your energy, and you are more than welcome to reach out to me for a personal read. So remember, everyone, Energy is your greatest currency, and I will see you next time. Thanks. Bye.